Joining us now, Presidential Distinguished Professor of Earth and Environmental Science at the University of Pennsylvania and author of the new book, Our Fragile Moment, How Lessons from Earth's Past Can Help Us Survive the Climate Crisis. Michael Mann. Michael, it is good to have you. I think, when you look at what happened today at COP28, and you're just looking from the outside, it does seem pretty major. Is it a big deal? Can it potentially be a big deal?
Yeah, good to be with you, Katy. And, I would say it's sort of mixed. Promising to transition away from fossil fuels. I liken it to being told by your doctor that you have diabetes, you've been diagnosed with diabetes, and you'll promise to transition away from donuts. Transitioning away isn't enough. We need to phase out fossil fuels, and we need to do so rapidly. We need to bring down carbon emissions 50% by 2030 and down to zero by the middle of the century. And I don't think that this agreement really meets that moment. It doesn't really speak to the urgency of a dramatic and immediate need to transition quickly off of fossil fuels.
Do these summits do anything? Are they worthwhile?
Well, there were some, positive developments here. There was an agreement on methane, and methane is a greenhouse gas, and it adds to the warming. But the central problem is, of course, the carbon dioxide that we're producing from fossil fuel burning. And the agreement doesn't go far enough, especially because that window of opportunity is closing. If we are to keep warming below a catastrophic 3 degrees Fahrenheit, we've got to bring those carbon emissions, like I said, down by 50% this decade and down to zero shortly thereafter. So that window of opportunity is closing. And as yet, we are not on the path that we need to be on to avert catastrophic warming.
Michael, is there any technology out there that you think might be hopeful?
I do think there is. We can actually do this with existing renewable energy technology. The limitations aren't technological at this point, but new technology will help ease that transition. It will speed up that transition. And so we're looking at not just better solar panels and wind turbines and geothermal technology, but energy storage is critical because the wind isn't always blowing and the sun isn't always shining. And there's new technology, for example, hydrogen cell technology that may really help with the speed up of that transition that we need.
There's also a very white paint coming on the market next summer that could help with it as well. I'm serious. It's a very, very
Sure, why
white...
not? Paint your food white. It helps a little bit, sure.
It helps everything helps a little bit. Might as well take it all. Michael Mann, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, Katy.